Well, good afternoon, folks. Welcome back along to another episode of A Dairyman's Diary. Here, my name is Frank, as always. I'm your humble host as you join me along with my little my blog here. Can't see a thing out of this driveway. There is a car coming as well. You join me today. We are in the truck to begin with. We're going to go and have a look at some land that we've been offered. I say offered. We've been offered to tender for, so... what we're doing is, it is some reclaimed land that was once upon a time part of an open cast mine, which is being obviously completed. And it's down there, that's where we're going. And it is now being turned back into farmland, and we've, several farmers in the area, including myself, have been asked to submit proposals as to what we want to do with the land, and we can acquire it on a tender, so on a long-term lease, which is what we're going to have a look into. We are always looking to increase the amount of land that we have. That's a beautiful old shed there. That's really nice. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see exactly what there is here and just kind of figure out what we can do with it and if it's worth our time or not. But yeah, we'll see. It's an area that we don't really come down to too often. It was once an old farm. I think it's now just more or less a like a storage yard in there now. It's interesting to know that's there. So here we go. So, like I say, this was once upon a time a coal mine. There was a huge big hole in here, and they've kind of revitalized the area and transformed it back into what it should be. Now, I think the current plan is that you can assume it's kind of got a split up the middle of it. So this road is kind of like the boundary here. So what we'll do, we'll just pull in here. So they have been reclaiming this land for a while. As you can see, they've transplanted some trees in here. There's a good amount of grass growing, that's for sure. They have asked for tender submissions whereby any required buildings can be included. Obviously, you'd have to factor that into your own budgets, but it's something that they are not opposed to. So we would be able to come in here, and there's a plane. Come to here, and if we wanted to put up like another cattle yard or a storage shed or anything like that, but there's quite a sizable acreage to both of these plots. I do believe we have a water source as well, which is hidden away. There we go. So there's a bit of a lake here. Apparently it's all been drained as well, so there's good drainage coming into here, which keeps everything nice and dry, which is good to know. I think that's always very important. But yeah, so we are going to be looking into this. I'm going to write up a proposal to see what we could do. We don't have a great deal of finances, so buying land's not possible. So when there's an opportunity such as like a big long-term lease, that's the kind of thing that really intrigues many of us, actually. We're probably going to go down the line trying to make this as environmentally friendly as possible, trying to really bring as many benefits in as we can. Obviously, like I said, we do need to think about building a shed here. Well, that's going to take a little bit of an impact, but we'll have to wait and see on that front. But yeah, beautiful big space, that's for sure. A lot of bushes here that we'd have to try and work around. I wouldn't want to remove anything, but it's sure is a nice, kind of almost like a blank canvas, really. It gives us a lot to work with, that's for sure. And not too far away from our yard, so if we ever needed to come back, we could always go backwards and forwards. It's probably about a 10-minute tractor drive, I would imagine. Definitely not much more than that. Okay. Oh, that plane's turning around. I feel like it's following me. Nice little area though here. Okay, so we're gonna head back up to the yard. Oh, there it goes. We need to hook the mower onto the T6. That is a loud plane. And we're gonna go and start some silage mowing today. So we've got a few acres around the field that we want to, around the farmyard that we want to have a start with, really, just to see how everything's working, make sure it's all coming along nicely, and then yeah, we'll get really into the swing of it. So that's going to be the plan, and oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting silage started, really. I have a local contractor with a wrapper who is on standby, so as soon as, if we mow this some of it down today, he'll be ready to go kind of tomorrow if it stays like this weather. At least it's nice and dry, so we won't need to hang around too long before we can get the baler in. So that's maybe exactly what we will do. So with that in mind, we're going to cruise back up onto the yard and we'll get ourselves ready to roll. There's a cement mixer. That's it. It is another beautiful day. Really, really is good from a silage making perspective. There's a little breeze in the air just to kind of knock out any of the moisture in or the dew in the grass there, particularly tomorrow morning. Hopefully this wind stays around. So it should be ideal conditions in my mind. So how are you doing anyway? Hope you're all very well today. Do let me know down in the comments below what you're getting up to, and if you are working in the area, do let me know. Always like to know whereabouts everybody is and what you're doing. Okie dokie. In we go. Cattle are really enjoying being outside now. They're having a fantastic time. Look so much happier to be frolicking out in the fields than they ever would be just stuck inside in the shed. Okay, we'll just swing this back into the driveway. There we go. This truck doesn't get out much, but it is still a very nice little thing to drive when you do get the opportunity to. I love just having a tootle around in this. Does sound like the exhaust's on its way out though. Okay. Perfect. Let's get the driveway shut. And away we go. So we'll get ourselves in. Terry is not in this morning. Or for most of today actually. He's got some things he needs to take care of. So he's out and about. But we had a decent... I'm going to shut this gate as well actually. Because we're not going to come back through this. He is all up to date now with everything as far as spraying is concerned. Spraying, fertilizer spreading is all done and dusted, which is great news. The 77 is on the is stuck on the tanker over there, so that's going to be going out to do a few jobs soon, especially for us when we start to get this first cut ground in. We had a bit of a service over of the class mower, but it's all kind of all ready to go. Okay. I don't often get to drive the T6, so it's always nice when I do. Just a nice and nimble, small, yet powerful tractor to do pull a mower with, I always find. Okay, so just make sure my hydraulics all done properly. So that should be on that one, and that should be... There you go. Perfect stuff. So there's a few fields around the yard here that we have eligible for mowing really, that they've got a good thick crop on to start with. We're going to go up through the back of the yard here. There's a back pasture here. It's not particularly big, maybe 5 acres or so, but I always like to start with this one traditionally, just because it's small enough to kind of get done nice and quickly, but big enough to just make sure the mower's working properly really. Make sure everything's tuned in and it's singing along, and any issues that we have we can always kind of just dial in properly. Okay, and into the field we go. Okay, so as you can see, it's got a bit of thickness to it. There's not a bad looking crop here at all. Actually, got some good height to it. Plenty of buttercups in here, that's for sure. But yeah, ultimately I don't think it's looking too bad at all. So we'll, you know, it's not the biggest field, but it's a good start. We've got a very nosy audience today. Very intrigued as to what's going on. But we'll get ourselves into here and we'll get flying away and just see how it all comes together. Okay, one last look. Everything looks like it's nice and level. Let's get this powered up and away. It's fantastic. Awesome, and off we go. Do love mowing the first field of silage every year. I don't know what it is about it, but God, it gets the excitement levels peaking a little bit. A lot of work to come on this, but it'll be really good to kind of keep pushing through. We're going to be doing probably best part of 3 different cuts of silage, I would imagine, all in. So yeah, it's going to be a lot to be done, that's for sure. But hey, something that we cannot avoid. We have to get a big crop in. We also need to do plenty of hay as well. So we'll have to see how that all comes together. I do have a sales rep coming to see me actually in the future, bringing along an Anderson. I think he's from Anderson Group or something like that, where they specialize in bale handling. So it's something that they're going to be, he wants to discuss with me about various different bale handlers that they carry. So I don't really have any desires to buy anything like that right now, but you know, we'll always wait and see. Also got a demonstration of a Keenan feeder coming in the not too distant future, so that'll be great to see as well. Really looking forward to seeing what that's like. Ooh, I need to get some broadleaf on there, I think. Look at the weeds coming through in that field. One thing is, it's perfect growing weather for grass at the moment. It is also ideal weed growing weather, which doesn't help us. Alright, so headland number 1 done. Good thing that I always like about this mower is it does kind of just lay everything down quite flat and wide. Spreads it out a bit, so it does have a little bit more opportunity to dry out, which is perfect. We do have a big rake here, so we come along with the rake and put 2 of these swaths into 1 typically, and speeds everything up just a little bit extra. But when you got conditions like today, where it's a nice dry breeze coming through, this will dry out in no time at all. Really well. We are on the grass, ladies and gentlemen. Put you back down. Alright, so we're going to keep flying around this field here. Not going to take us too long to get through this all. We'll come back to you with a bit of an update as we get through, I would imagine. And we will see you in just a short while. Folks, we've flowing through those first headlands there. Missed a little bit there somehow. We're just doing the outer headland now. I always have to get that one done before it's too late. Because sometimes, well, this one's always shaded a bit. Depending upon the field you're in, it's always kind of doesn't get as much light. It's always a little bit sheltered, so that's why we'll get this one knocked out of the way now. We do 5. The reason for 5 is that we'll do 2 headlands with the rake. So that's 2 passes, and then the inside headland, so the one right over there, that kind of gets incorporated into the rows. When we go through to, if we're tedding this, for example, the tedder would often catch inside row, so it's inside headland there. So we just let it kind of be pulled into the rows when we're rowing everything up. That's kind of how it works well for us. Some of you might do it a little differently, but that's how it's always worked pretty well for what we have here. No, there's not much left after you knock 5 headlands off here, truth be told. So what I think we'll do, we'll line this up like that. Down. Just try and square this all off a little bit where possible. Take that chunk up the middle. There we go. Tractor is singing along at the moment. Really, really is. Very nicely indeed. Let's go square that edge all up there. Beautiful. Let's see how this all comes together. We'll have to come back for this bit because we're going to just keep that line going all the way through there. That should be pretty ideal. Lovely stuff, folks. Well, this field's going to take only about another 10 minutes to get all wrapped out, and then we are done with field number 1. We've got probably about another 30-40 acres I want to do today. So that shouldn't take us too long, all being well. Be good just to get that all wrapped out. And on with the rake and the baling tomorrow, so that's going to be all very exciting. We will bring you along for all of that, particularly when we start to get this all baled up, which is going to be good. One of my favourite things to do on the farm there, so we don't want you to miss out on that at all. So do stay tuned for that one. If you do have any questions, comments, or feedback that you'd like to share with me, then please do down below. Drop a comment and I will endeavour to read through those and get back to you as quickly as possible. For now though, we will leave this here. I have been your humble host Frank. As always, I do hope you have enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Simulation for the Nation, who very kindly agrees to host all of my daily ramblings really. And we will see you in the next one. So until then, have yourself a great rest of your day, enjoy what you're doing, but most importantly, happy farming.